Hello everyone, my name is Havian and today I'm going to be showing you what you can do in the city in Neverness to Everness. After playing the previous beta, my impressions of the game were mixed, but I felt like it had potential. So over the last few weeks, I've been playing the latest beta for the game to see its improvements, and surprisingly, a lot has changed. In addition to stealing food off tables and drinking all of the alcohol I found lying around random counters in an auction house, I tested out the driving that had a lot of improvements, I took a deep dive into the character building, and I tested the improved combat systems and the newly added characters. I will be making videos exploring these aspects of the game in more detail, along with sharing my full impressions, so remember to subscribe if you want to see all of those. But for today's video, I want to focus on the city itself, to find out what kind of experience you can get while you're just living in the world after finishing the story and quests. Because if you decide to treat this as more than a game where you just log in for dailies and roll for new characters, the city is where the bulk of your playtime will come from. So to start our little city tour, I'm going to go ahead and begin on St. Torres Avenue. This spot did seem pretty cool from what I saw while I was playing through the story, but I didn't have enough time to really explore that. I probably shouldn't be crossing the road there. I didn't really have much time to explore the city and see what you could do. So that is exactly what I'm going to do right now. So I guess I'm going to be seeing some of these things for the first time while showing you. Because I was focused so much on like story and quest, I didn't get a chance to really explore the city. But when passing through here, there were a few things that I did want to actually check out a little bit more. Like the maid cafe. I do remember that this place was inside of here. You can play mahjong here, but I didn't actually try it because it seems like it's multiplayer only at the moment. I guess you can get like currency for completing mahjong matches and you can use it to trade for stuff. So I guess you can trade it for some money and you can trade it for some premium currency so you can roll for more characters. Oh, interesting. Didn't actually realize that. So you got dudes there posing with the with the maids. Let me see. Let me take a picture. Let me just like jump in there. I don't know if there are actually any poses, but for now, oh wait. I can switch to selfie mode, but I don't know if there's any poses. There probably is, but I haven't actually flipped through to see. But let's take a picture. There we go. All right, done photobombing this place. So let me go out and see what else we can find. Because there's a few different places that I want to actually take a look at throughout the city and not just here. So you got a ramen place. The guy is going ham right now, preparing that ramen. Okay, so it looks like I can buy some ramen from here, but let me just watch this guy preparing the food for now. Can I actually sit here though? No, you can't actually sit here, but I can probably buy some ramen from this guy. You can use it to like recover your health and stuff when you're in the city, but I don't think you can actually use the food in any of the end game activities, but you can just use it to recover your character's health or increase their attack and various other stats like that while you're just in the overworld. Okay, so let's see what else can we find inside of this area. So you got a bubble tea shop, got a few vending machines that usually you can buy stuff from. Yep, you can do that there. What I'm gonna see if I can find is if there are any enemies roaming around, because there are a lot of enemies on the map, much more than there were in the previous beta, but they stay hidden. I probably won't go too far out of my way to see if I can find anything, because you will get random events where gangs will start attacking people or they'll start stealing cars, and like a notification will pop up when you're nearby. Oh, there we go. But notification will pop up when you're nearby, letting you know that they're in the area doing something bad. And you can usually fight them, but there are a lot of enemies that you can run into. Some of them are going to be anomalies that are hidden and won't do anything until you interact with them. But you'll find some other people that just want to cause trouble. Usually they'll like fight me as soon as I get close, or they'll like tell me to back off. Let's see what they're going to do this time. Okay, so they'll give me a chance to like run away if I don't want to engage. But let's use a gun character against the gang. Well, that was resolved really quickly. That didn't last as long as I was expecting it to. When you actually complete one of those random events with the gangs, you get a currency that you can use to reduce your wanted level if you do get in trouble with the police. Ah, gacha machines. I haven't actually used this yet, so let me go ahead and give that a try. So gacha recycle, gacha swap, gacha record, and gacha index. Let's go ahead and gacha shop. Oh, so I guess you can trade tickets to get the things you want. They got a pity on the figurines. You can actually take these and put them into your cafe or your house. So I'm gonna go ahead and can I roll? Ah, there we go. So I've got 2 tickets and I can do a 10 roll with 20k funds. All right, let's go ahead. Insufficient DSD tickets, pull with, they are trying to prime me to make me comfortable with rolling for characters. I can feel it. Okay, don't warn me again. I've only got 2 tickets, but that's fine. What are we gonna get? Give me a gold ball. S rank already. Unless you always get one with a 10 roll. Okay, let's take a look at the rewards. Which is this one? I wonder, oh, you can only get certain ones from inside of the gacha machine. Some of them are exclusive to the gacha, so you can't buy them in shops. So this one increases the comfort when I put it inside of my house. And you are going to want to increase your comfort because you get bonuses from it when you put more furniture inside of your house, so that's beneficial. So let's see, do we get another gold? Let's see if we always get, okay, so no, I just got really lucky on the first one. So let's open this and see what's inside. So you got 1 purple and just a bunch of other ones. Okay, that's cool. So I guess I will put them in one of my houses a little bit later. Speaking of which, maybe I should actually just buy a house now. Why not? Since I've got a new decoration. Inside of the City Tycoon menu, this is where you're going to find all of the different kinds of activities you can do around the city that aren't specifically related to combat. So you got races, you got the Hunter Exchange, which is pretty much just like a shop where you can just buy and exchange things. You got your property, you got your cafe, and you've got the hobbies. In the hobby area, you're going to find the different kinds of activities that you can do around the city. We did see Little Sparrow before, which is the maid cafe where you can play Mahjong. But there's a Tetris you can play inside of the arcade. That is multiplayer only as well. We do have Super Sound, which is a rhythm game. Then you've got City Delivery, where you have to drive a truck and deliver items to the recipient far across the city without crashing. You got Races, where you just race through various tracks. You got Owner Selection, where you can play a mini game where you have to serve customers that are coming towards you. Swift Travel is pretty much, you're just an Uber driver. You can designate yourself as being active to pick up customers. And then you'll eventually get a request to pick up a customer and then drive them to their destination before their patience runs out. Then you have Pink Paws Heist, which is one of my favorite modes in this actually. You go in there, you try and gather as many things as you can while you're raiding through drawers, raiding cabinets, collecting items, and that gets converted into money. And then you'll need to escape from the bank without being defeated by enemies or without letting the time run out. And then we have Sea Angler, which is a fishing minigame. We just go to a fishing spot, you get your bait, you do a fishing minigame, and you collect your fish. I haven't tried it as much as I should have. I'm probably going to do a separate little video, or maybe in this video, I'll go ahead and make an attempt of it so we can take a look and see what it's like. For the most part, a lot of the activities in the world are going to consume something called city stamina. But the interesting thing about it is it doesn't cost a lot of stamina to do an activity. It probably costs like 20 maybe if you're doing city delivery or swift travel, but the other ones are usually like 6 or 10 per go. What I'm trying to say is it can take a while before your city stamina runs out, and you can refresh it with items. But you can increase the cap as well. Right now, mine is at 700, but the city tycoon level, you unlock various things gameplay related as you increase this level. You unlock a new character as well. So she's pretty much a NPC, or not an NPC, she's like a character that represents the bank in the game. But as you level up, you'll unlock new features gradually. This is something new they've added compared to the last beta. So increase your city stamina cap to 200, and then as you go through the levels, you'll gradually unlock new features and new things you can do. Okay, so increase it to 350, then it goes to 500. Yeah, so the more you play and the more activities you do, and the more requirements you fulfill for increasing your Tycoon level, the more city stamina you have and the more things you can do per week. And it feels like there's a lot for you to do, because I've only been playing this for 2 weeks and I've increased my cap to 700. And even last week, it did feel like it took a lot of effort to actually burn through all of the stamina. So it doesn't feel like it's something it doesn't feel like you're gonna be in a situation where you'll be playing the game and you want to do more stuff, but you're just completely limited by not having stamina. Which is a nice thing. I do like the fact that gachas are becoming a bit more free. So let's try the claw machine. I've spent ages in this one area so far. So let's go ahead and insert some coins and see if I can grab myself a cat. So let's go ahead. But with that being said, even though there are various activities that require stamina, those are usually the activities that provide you with progression-related materials that increase your performance within the city. The ones that don't give those kind of rewards, you can just do them freely. Like the bank heist. The bank heist you can do freely. Like, I'm pretty sure you won't want to go too deep into the bank heisting after you've claimed all 1 million of your currency, but it is something you can actually do freely. I'll make a dedicated video for that. So let's try grabbing this again. This is my last attempt. Can I get it? I'm not taking the bait, no. So let me go and buy the house like I did say I was gonna do. Oh, this NPC. That's a very interesting t-shirt she's got there. She is a character that's actually part of the story. Fancy seeing her around. She's like a mangaka, but you'll see that when you play the game. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into City Tycoon, and then I'm gonna go to property. I own these 2 properties at the moment. You can invite characters to move in with you, and I guess I'll do that in one of the new properties I get. This one costs 1.4 million. This one costs 2 million, and this one costs 8 million. 8 million is probably a bit too much, but I guess I can grab... Let's grab this one, because I've got a bunch of anomaly furnitures that I need to unlock inside of here that will provide my character with extra bonuses. I think this one increases my attack. This one, defense, I think it was, yep. And then I've got a few other things to increase my stamina, and this one gives me extra beta coins. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy this property first, so I can unlock those anomaly furnitures, which will give my account extra bonuses, and I can get 2 other characters to move in with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and purchase this one. So I'll track it. Let me fast travel. Actually, I'm gonna travel there without fast traveling. Let's do this for real. Let's make this an authentic experience. And if I see anything interesting along the way, then I'll go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what kind of car I can pull up. So I've got a key fob that will just summon any car that is appropriate for the terrain I'm on. I do have a better car than this, but let's take this one and drive down there. And I'll try not to crash. If I do see anything interesting along the way, then I'll go ahead and stop and take a look at it. But I will say, driving has improved drastically since the previous beta. It no longer feels like your car is turning from like the middle. It does feel a lot better to drive, but it's gonna take a little bit of getting used to, which I didn't really have, I didn't really put enough time into learning to drive in this beta, to be honest. I did record some gameplay of the races. Oh, I almost crashed there. So you'll probably be able to take a look and see what that's like. But at the very least, the driving physics are a lot better than how they previously were. But things like drifting, I still need to get used to that. And the weather does affect your performance when driving. So if it starts raining, if you're not using a vehicle that has like a decent amount of grip, or if you haven't upgraded your tires for that type of road or terrain, you will start to spin out. So the cars do feel like they have much more of a reason for existing, because previously you could just like get any car didn't really feel like it mattered. But now it feels like the cars actually matter. Okay. It's a right out spot. So let's go ahead and buy a new house. So you have to go to an estate agent. For the cafes, you can just like go directly to the cafe to purchase those. But I'm gonna go ahead and buy me a new property. Let's see, what have we got? So I did say previously that I was gonna buy, was it Skyview Halls that I was gonna get? Yeah, since I've already got the previous two, I need to get this one so I can get the attack and defense boost. Okay, so let's get this one first. Nice. So you can make money in various ways in this game, but the main way is gonna be, well, the bank heists and your cafe. So let me go and take a look and see how much money I can claim from this. So the cafes I've got running, you can like assign different foods to your cafe, and you can hire your different characters as employees. As they're in there, depending on the bonuses you have for them, you can increase the amount of money you generate passively in the background. In the previous beta, this was a lot more active. It had things like customers causing trouble inside of your cafes, so you had to go back and check in. It does seem like they've removed a lot of that functionality, unfortunately, because that was a pretty interesting concept. But the fact that they made this more passive, I can forgive it because they've added a lot more activities to the game in addition to the cafes. So trying to manage the cafes with all of those smaller interactions while also having all of the other activities probably would have become overwhelming. So I can understand why they dialed it back a bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and withdraw some earnings. This is just gonna passively go in the background. So I've got extra 27k, and I can upgrade 2 more of my food items because I increased my level. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap out 2 of the foods. Let's remove 2 of the beverages for the low level ones, or the ones that give us the least amount of money, and put these 2 in. There we go, can generate a bit more cash. All right, let's go to our new house. So I don't know if it's already set the target on the map, but I'm gonna go ahead and get in my car, and then we can like head to our new home. Let me just double check. Let me open the Tycoon menu, go to our property, and let's just like, I could probably fast travel there, but I don't want to. I want to actually go to where it is. So let me visit that. And instead of teleport, I want to, why won't it let me track it? So let me like track this place that's nearby, and then I'll drive to it. Let's go to the convenience store. I hope that I remember, because there's certain things that I want to show you in the convenience store that I haven't tried yet. I've never been to jail yet. I don't think I'm going to do it in this video. I'll probably do a dedicated video for that because it seems like a pretty robust system. It's very different from the previous beta, because in the previous beta you couldn't go to jail. But they have added a little mini game for stealing things from shops. So I'm going to see if I can remember to do that. All right, let's get to our home. It is far away. I should probably drive like a nut. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Let me get out of this car. And I'm going to set another vehicle, because I do have a faster car that I can use. But I don't think I've got it set to my bar. Ah, there we go. Let's get my enforcer going. Because there are, with your cars, if you get your, oh, it's already on my bar. I'm blind. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Where is it? There we go. When you have when your characters reach a high enough bond level, you can get them to ride shotgun in your car. And so they'll join you, and they'll drive along with you, and they'll talk to you in the car. So in addition to getting them to like join you in your apartments, you can have them drive alongside you, which is pretty cool. And Natalie seems to like it when I'm going fast. I just hope I don't crash with her in there. Don't want her like flying out of the windscreen. You can actually, you can jump out of a car while it's driving fast as well. Let's see what happens if I do that. Yeah, she's getting excited for this. So I'm gonna like drive fast, and then I'm gonna jump out. Will I die? No. Oh, I take damage though. My car's it's just zooming. It's gone. It's gone. Nanaly, I'll see you later. It's still going. Okay, I see it there. It stopped. It's made a stop. Now we can get back in and go to our house. Now I gotta do the run of shame to like get back to my car while everyone else... Nanaly, I'm sorry. Oh, I used that by accident, but that's like a special skill I have on my weapon. It actually creates a solar eclipse when I use it. So certain weapons can have built-in skills, and this just happens to be one that I unlocked while playing through the game. It's like an S rank one that you can get by doing a hidden quest. But I think it's cool that it like creates a effect in the world. It just like turns a solar eclipse on. But the thing is, I don't like the fact that it's on the B button, because that's the interact button, and I keep activating this skill by accident when I'm like spam pressing the interaction button to do something. And it has a fairly long cooldown, so it kind of just like wastes it. All right, so my apartment should be right there. And we're pretty much back in the area where I was before. All right, so where's the entrance? We got a nice little gang here as well. But I'm gonna deal with this. Sometimes you just need to deal with a gang with a gun of your own. All right, time to go inside. We need to at least find the entrance. Sometimes when they're robbing stuff, you'll need to actually take it back to the police. So if there's like a car they're trying to steal, you'll have to take the car back to the police, but thankfully they didn't do it that time. Look at my new home. Hello, Julie. Can you show me to my room? Does she actually do that? If you need anything, come to... Okay, no, she just speaks. Let me go and see how we get up there. So let's go and visit our new home. I don't know why I left this to like the last second. We're on the 21st floor. Like I've got more than enough money to buy properties, but I just haven't got around to doing it. So it's nice that I had one left over so I could show you what it's like. I should have actually gone to a shop first though, so I could buy furniture, but I think I may have a few things lying around that I can put up. Okay, so let's switch to MC. Let's have her be the one that actually goes around the apartment. It's got a bit of furnishing inside of there, which is nice. A few spaces. I've got my gaming room here, my little office space. I've got my bedroom. It's already got a bed inside of there. The sword I need to upgrade. I've got my bathroom and shower area right there. Do I have a swimming pool? I've got my butler over there. So I guess this property isn't the one that has a swimming pool, unfortunately. Would have been nice if it did have it. I think that's probably the one that's the higher tier. But we're going to take this very, very nice looking place and we're just going to put some furniture inside of there. So let's see what kind of things I have. I don't think I've actually got a lot of things. I can at least take the dolls that I just won, or the figurines I won. Oh, I've got posters. All right, so let's take these posters and then let's weeb up our house. So we're gonna take this poster and we're gonna put it. Let's put it on here. The butlers will probably look around my house and be like, what is this guy doing? He just bought this property. I've been waiting for my new master to get here. And he's just turning this place into a weeb room. So let's put this here. And then we're going to put another one. Let's put that one there as well. Probably put one next to the butler. The cursor doesn't... One annoying thing about this, there's like no reticule or cursor to show where I'm actually placing things until I hold down Alt when I'm using keyboard and mouse. With controller, I can't really do anything. So I'm using keyboard and mouse specifically because it's a bit fiddly to use on a controller at the moment. They're going to need to do some tweaking. It was a lot easier to do in the previous beta. For some reason, it feels a bit awkward at the moment. Let's put another picture up over here. Yep, let's move that up here. You can, what I will say though, reticule issues aside, the placement and the actual customization of stuff inside of the house is actually really good. You can do a lot of customizing, and you can move things in exactly the positions you kind of want them to be. You're pretty free to do that kind of stuff. There we go. Nice. It's a bit like, it's a bit over the edge. It's not as equal as I would have liked, but it will do. But what I need to do is actually upgrade my anomaly furniture. So let me go here. This one I already upgraded at my previous house. Oh, I can repair my cars. So let's do a quick repair. I didn't even realize I could do that with this one. But where's the sword? I need to upgrade that furniture. I can probably just do it from this menu. So for this one, let's activate this. So now I can like grab beta coins from inside of there. And then I'm gonna upgrade this. So it increased my character's attack. The materials you need to actually upgrade the furniture you can get from just defeating enemies in the overworld. And now you can actually track them. So on a daily basis, you're most likely going to be tracking down the enemies that drop the items that you need to upgrade your furniture in the house. So let's upgrade this. Oh yeah, so I got an extra 2 attack. Massive impact. I can upgrade this a few more times as well. And I guess I could probably like track an enemy to show you it as an example. So you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I'll see if I can find like a clothes shop as well, because you can buy clothes for your characters. You can do it from the menu, but you can actually go to the shop as well. So I guess I can just show you inside of the menu. But before that, we're going to invite some characters over. So I've got 2 slots inside of this apartment. I guess depending on the apartment you have, you can get different kinds, or you can use, you can have different amounts of characters that can stay with you. So you can have, at the moment, there's only 4 characters that can stay with you. For this beta, I'm assuming in the full game, they'll expand it. But at my other apartment, Mint is staying there. And when you invite them to your apartment, they wear their own, like, housewear. So you got Anomaly, you got Mint, you've got Fadia, and you've got Jiyuan. You are moving in with me. You are coming here. And who else we're going to invite? Let's invite Fadia as well. Actually, let's invite Anomaly. Come here, Anomaly. So Anomaly and Jiyuan. And they will just roam around the house and do their thing. You can interact with them. There are different kinds of interactions you can have with them, but it depends on how far you progress with their bonds. I need to get to Affinity 6 for that. I need to get to Affinity 6 for like hugging. For strolling, I need to get to Affinity. Go and claim the rewards. Okay, so I could do that, but there's like... Actually, let's do that right now. Why wait? So bonds. There's a bond quest I still need to do with her. But let me claim the rewards for now. So this should give me a few interactions. So, okay, so I've unlocked basic interactions inside of the home. And home invitations are now available. Good. I still need to do her bond quest. But for now, we can at least just get the interactions going. Okay, so we can hold hands, we can stroll, we can sit on I can tell her to sit on a chair, I can tell her to organize ammo. Alright, let's see what that is. Go and organize your ammo. Oh, I guess that's how she does it? I did see with Mint, you can actually play rock, paper, scissors, but I guess you can't do all the interactions with all of the characters. Alright, so let's hold my hand. Let's go around the apartment. So I don't know where Anomaly has gone right now. But she's in here somewhere. She's probably gone to sleep or something. Lazing around somewhere, or she's like sitting in a chair somewhere. She's not going to be in the bathroom. Okay, she's not in the bedroom. Oh, she's just sitting there. What is she doing? She's eating! All right, she's just sitting there eating food. Fair enough. Now, you may think that she's just sitting here innocently eating all my food, but look at what else Nanaly gets up to while roaming around my new apartment. I mean, look at this show-off. Who does she think she is? She doesn't even take her shoes off when walking on my ceiling. What a troublemaker. While roaming around the house, the characters can do various interactions on their own, but you'll need to have their bond level high enough to freely select which actions you want them to make. So if you happen to catch them in the middle of an interactive action that you haven't unlocked yet, you can still begin the interaction that comes along with it. But yeah, there's like a bunch of different interactions you can do with your characters once you've got... They're really trying to get you attached to the characters inside of this game. They've given you like no 50-50 on the gacha, and they're like, all right, no 50-50, but we're gonna like make sure you want to roll for these characters. This GUN is like a standard character, so you'll have a high chance of getting her anyway, because inside of the... Once you have enough currency, inside of the in-game shop, you can actually trade for characters directly. So the standard characters, you can just buy them from the shop if you save up enough of the currency you get from rolling from characters. So if there's a certain character that you don't have that you really want, if you've rolled enough over time, you'll be able to just select them and get them. A fashion shop, you can buy outfits for the different characters as well. I haven't actually bought anything for the characters, but in the menu, you can actually take a look at the different outfits you can get for the characters. There's actually a decent selection for the main character to start off with, which is pretty interesting. That like from the get-go, at the beginning of the game, you can just like view the outfits you can get for the main character. There's more than I expected there would be for the MC. I would have thought that they would have prioritized the limited characters, which they kind of had with Nanaly. But the main character still has a decent selection, and some of the other characters do have outfits too. Which is pretty nice. I'm sure by launch they're going to add like a bunch more as well. All right. So now that we've taken a look at the apartments and I've upgraded, I'm going to go ahead and show you something else you can do at one of the other apartments. So let me go ahead and this one I will fast travel to. In my very first apartment, there is a cat called Mamoon that you can fight for some extra money. That's just something else you can do during the week. This is like a weekly tally. So the more damage you deal to the boss, the more money you can generate from him. So I'm going to go ahead and which team am I going to use? I don't know if I need to select them from this menu before the fight or during it. So I've made a few different teams. I usually use this team to fight him, but let's see if I can, you know what? Let's go ahead and use them. So I'm going to select this team. This is the team that I played pretty much the majority of the story with. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and challenge him. So every Monday, this fight resets, and then you can get a decent amount of money depending on how much you progress in the challenge. All right, Mamoon, only have a little bit of time, so let's go ahead and fight you. He's going down really quickly. This is a bit weird. Okay, I thought he was going to put up a lot more of a fight than that. I guess his level increases the more I defeat him. I guess it's probably based on my world level. Right, I guess we got 40k for him. Oh, that fight was a lot harder before I upgraded my characters, which kind of should be obvious, but yeah. Okay, so another thing you can actually do is, I haven't actually shown or gone into detail about this, but with the anomaly commissions, they are supernatural things that you can find around the map. Some of them are horror focused, some of them are just like combat focused. There is one horror one that is multiplayer focused, where you're going through an abandoned hospital. I haven't done it yet, but I do want to do it separately on another video, going through it with for my first time. So I guess like keep an eye out for that. But there are high risk anomaly fights as well. So these fights, they're pretty much like challenge fights where the fights get progressively harder and higher level the further into them you go. So it starts off with level 43 boss fight, then it goes to a level 53 one, then it goes to a 63, 73, 83, 88. And then depending on the tier of the fight you're doing, there are going to be additional mechanics that get added on that increase the difficulty of the fight. So these are like pretty much like high difficulty overworld boss challenges. But what I want to do is like take a look at the enemies you can find on the map. So this wasn't previously there, but you can, every enemy that you want to find, you can just like click which enemy you want and you can track it. So you can get the drop to enhance the, so this pretty much, if you want to find Bop, he drops the material that you can use to upgrade the old skateboard furniture. So you can use that to upgrade your anomaly furniture, which increases the power of your account basically, or unlocks extra features. So I'm going to go ahead and not do that because there's a place I already have in mind that I want to take you. So let's go ahead and travel to the campsite for the gang. There's a campsite over here that I want to go to. Question is, should I drive down there from all the way over here? Oh, Lacrimosa's here. So before I go over there, let's go and visit Lacrimosa. Because there are bond events that will take place on the map. And these bond events, they're a bit more not in depth, they're a bit more higher quality and a bit like smaller cutscenes compared to the bond quests that you can do. Or the bond interactions. So you can do 3 of them a day, but throughout the day, the characters that you can meet will rotate. So if there's a character that you want to visit, or if there's a character's interactions you want to see, it's best to just do it when you see it on the map. Because throughout the day, these interactions will change. So let's go ahead and see what Lacrimosa is doing over here. Certain characters will have more interactions. I've seen that Nanali has 5 that you can find on the map. And for the other characters, it seems to be like 3. So I'm assuming that for limited characters, they'll have more interactions on the map. But interesting thing is, even without the character, you can still view these interactions. Since Lacrimosa is not a playable character in the beta outside of her story quest. And so is Hotori. She's not even playable in the quest, but you can actually interact with her quest, bond events as well. So she's lining up to get some to get some food. So let's see what she's doing.
レクイエムがレストランに来るなんて珍しいね。トマトゼリーしか食べられないんじゃなかったの？
前にみんなと来たとこ。外勤の時。レストランは便利。
でも今日は一人みたいだね。よかったら一緒に食べない？
うん。レクイエム、鑑定士と一緒に食べる。列長い。お腹すいた。
これは？
今日カスタムキャンペーンをやってる。自分でハンバーガー作れる。
どう？おいしい？
おいしい。トマトがいっぱい。レクイエム嬉しい。
気に入ったならよかったよ。
鑑定士も食べてみる？
いや、いいよ。ねえレクイエム、今度キャンペーンの日にまた来ようか？
うん、来る。鑑定士と約束。
Oh, that's that one done. If you haven't noticed, Lacrimosa really loves tomatoes and tomato sauce. So here we go. Oh, usually with these guys, you can get like discount vouchers if you speak to them. Let me see. Will he give me a voucher? Any recommendations? Wow, stingy. He just told me to go buy food. No. Ah, this guy probably vouchers? Nope. All right, so let me go to the camp that I wanted to go to before. This time I will actually use fast travel because it is a bit of a distance to get there. So what I want to do is go to this spot here. It's already been tracked. So let's teleport. I'm going to take out, the enemies are probably going to die really quick because once you gear, everything in the overworld becomes pretty easy. But then again, it feels like I am kind of over geared for my level bracket. Because I spent a bit of time just focusing on like putting all of my daily stamina into just getting items that I can use to enhance my characters. Possibly, more mainly just because I wanted to test out the different characters during the betas and test out the different teams that I built. This is currently my favorite team to use. So I'm going to go ahead and use them inside of here. Mainly because Daffodil, she's a standard character, but her playstyle is so good. Let's get ourselves a little scooter to get there. Like, rather than running, you can just like use your scooter. In the previous beta, you had to like buy this out of a mall, but this time it seems like they just give it to you at the beginning as like part of a tutorial, which is nice. All right. Ready to roll. Let's go, Daff. So I can clean out the camp. There's a bunch of different enemy camps around the map. You clean out the camp, you make your way to the boss. I think the boss is at the top of this one. I'm sure I've done this one before. And at the top of it, you can raid their vaults to get the money out of it. But the combat has like taken a massive step up compared to the previous beta. It's like, it is way better. It's very, very switch heavy. You don't have to play it that way, but I was like so preoccupied with trying to play like the previous like gacha games that have been around that I kind of trapped myself into believing that it needed to be played in a specific way. But from what I found, it does feel like it plays better when you're actually switching between like a pair of like damage characters that complement each other. Doesn't really feel like there's enough room for me to like play like that in this area though, but once I get to the top floor where there's a bit more space, it does feel like that will be a lot easier to do. Because Daffodil does need like a bit of room to actually perform. Well, not even just Daffodil, just like characters in general when you're actually fighting with them. But they need a bit of extra space to move around. But as you can see, enemies are dying really quickly. But on the top floor, it's going to be slightly stronger enemies. I do have a few videos coming out with like just doing these areas with just one character, so you'll be able to keep an eye out for that. So that should be coming soonish. I'll probably upload like more of the gameplay focused stuff on my second channel. So you'll have stuff to look at in the meantime while I'm actually preparing my big deep dive and overview videos on this channel. And now we just need to get to the top floor. I just can't remember where. Ah, I was about to say I can't remember where the elevator is. It's right here. But yeah, across the map, you will find camps that are like this. They just have gangs inside of there. This was, in the previous beta, the majority of the enemies were pretty much just anomalies. but they have added gangs into this beta and into the overall world. They do have more of a presence, and you will start seeing a few storylines that actually include the gangs specifically as well. So you're going to have to focus on dealing with anomalies and espers that use their powers for doing wrong, basically. Okay, so we've got these two guys up here. The safes are already open. I'm assuming the safes are just like one-time opening things, or maybe they reset weekly, but I assume not. But there we go. They went out really quick. Now you can see what I mean with my characters being really like strong for my world level at the moment. Right now my world level is 3. My hunter rank level is 36. I'm at their appropriate level cap, but I just found like decent pieces of equipment for certain characters that just made my characters really strong. But then again, the overworld was probably rebalanced because one of the major complaints for the previous beta was that enemies took too long to kill. They remedied that. They still take a little bit to kill, but when they take break damage, that break damage pretty much one-shots the enemy. So it's a lot easier to kill them now. It feels like it's easier to break enemies, which gives a burst of damage at the end. I've got a few other deep dive and breakdown videos planned for the game, but they'll take a bit of time to edit. So for now, I've prepared a few other videos just like this one that I recorded while playing the game. So if you want to be the first to know when those videos are available, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for the channel. I'll be making some more videos for NTE and other upcoming action games and RPGs. But for now, here's a gameplay video that I uploaded onto my second channel, where I'll also be uploading more NTE gameplay. This is the video that I mentioned earlier where Anomaly raids an enemy camp. So go ahead and watch it to see how she does solo.